to talk to you guys and share with you a little bit about my road tripping, and just some of the things, tips and tricks, little tidbits that I have that you may already have or may not, I don't know, on road tripping. It is the season for traveling. I think all seasons are seasons for traveling, but this year I did so much road tripping, and so I wanted to share with you a little bit of what I did, and where I went, and the fun things that we did along the way, because some of those road trips were longer, and I used to be able to be in the car for hours at a time, but the older I've gotten, like, the less my patience is. I don't know if it's like because I'm not masking anymore. I don't know if it's because my ADHD is just like, hey girl, hey, I'm here. What are we doing? I don't like this. But yeah, let's get into my tips on road tripping. So hopefully you have a safe and fun and memorable time as you're road tripping. And so number one is, of course, other than knowing where you're going and how to get there, make sure you have snacks. I don't know about you, but I am a snack girly. My husband is a snack person, and we've got kids. They didn't travel with us, and we have not done a long road trip with them since I haven't done it and since they were little. And we don't plan on it because we want to keep our sanity, and we know that they are not at the age where that is a great combination. So we're just not going to do that to ourselves. We're not going to do that to them. But nonetheless, I know if we had them, snacks is where it's at. You got to make sure you have something to drink, but don't drink too much, because then you're going to have to stop. And I don't know about y'all, but I am the type of person that's like, I want to get from A to B, and I don't want no stops unless we absolutely have to. If we have to make a stop, it's one. And thank God there's Buc-ee's. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, I'm sorry. But Buc-ee's is like a one-shop stop, get everything. Maybe you want to shop a little, spend some money, be in their exquisite bathrooms, just walk, see different people, stretch your legs, get some gas. But you got to make sure you have snacks. There's nothing worse than being hangry, tired, and on the road. So don't do that to yourselves. My go-to snacks are hot Cheetos, sometimes sunflower seeds. It depends on the mood I'm in. And when I say hot Cheetos, I mean the hot Cheeto puffs. I always have to get something sweet, but I haven't figured out what that is. I like the popcorn. Like, I'll get kernel popcorn. That kind of gives me the crunch, and it also gives me the sweet. And then for my drink of choice, I usually either go for a water. It's either some kind of coffee, or it's a juice, like Snapple or Arizona iced tea was my go-to for the longest for road trips. I haven't had it in a minute, but those are usually mine. So another thing is to have games. Like, we're in 2023. Either you're gonna do the natural, like, hey, I spy with my little eye game, or you 21 questions, or there's so many games you can do that are free 99. Google it, there's tons of them. I like Mad Libs. I know I don't typically do Mad Libs in the car. I typically do them in the airplane because looking down gives me motion sickness. But Ad Libs make me laugh, even though they're so cheesy and corny. But they're my go-to games. And then, of course, if you've got kids, if you're in the passenger seat, I got games on my phone, or games on my tablet, or on their tablet, or on their iPad, etc., etc. That's a great way to kill the time and help the time go by. Another go-to that is a bonding experience and a must for having good energy. You want to have good energy on this trip. You want to go into this trip with a good attitude. The trip starts the second you wake up that day, and you continue to carry that energy when you're in the car. So why not just amp it up and find your little fake mic, pick a song, line it up, get on Spotify or your Apple Music, whatever it is you have, you choose. I am a Spotify girl. Have your cue, take any options. Anybody want to put something in the lineup and go to town. Sing your heart out. Go for it. I have had the funnest and the most laughs and the most joy and the most energy boosting moments when it's been in the car with friends or family and singing and jamming out to songs. I don't care what nobody says. You cannot be doing karaoke and be mad at anything. There's no way. You can't be angry and do karaoke. You can't be angry and jamming out in the car unless you like there's a vibe you're trying to create, you're trying to expel anger. That's different. But you can't hold it in. You let the music and the words just bring it out. So I highly recommend every road trip have some point in time during that road trip have karaoke, have singing, have car jam session. 100% the best thing ever. And this is even for when you are on the road to work. We all do this on the road to go hang out with someone, on the road to pick up groceries. Girl, put that song on, sing your heart out. Yes, you do sound like Celine Dion. Yes, you do sound like Mariah Carey. Absolutely. Backstreet Boys should have had you in their group. Okay, sing. The most simplest of tasks that we tend to either default to or feel like we have to, but let's not make it complicated. But on your road trip, if you are going on a road trip with your loved ones, if you go on a road trip with a friend, even if you happen to have to do a road trip with coworkers, it's okay to sit in silence. Like, it's okay to just have a moment of silence, have a moment of just being. Maybe you want to take a nap. Maybe you want to put your headphones and go to sleep. I completely understand. You doing that? I completely understand. You say hi? No, you just want to sniff. And that's okay too. On the other side of it, having meaningful conversation is always a plus. Spending time and getting to know, I think what these road trips, I went on two ones. I went to, so we're in Texas, drove to New Mexico and then drove to Oklahoma, and I was with my partner, and every time we're in the car, we have the most profound conversations. I've had some of the best conversations, and I've had some of the weirdest conversations. You learn some things about people, and sometimes them peoples, you just decide when you get back home, you don't want to have no more conversations with them, and that's fair and that's fine. But hey, I wouldn't have known otherwise, right? Okay. Two more. One, enjoy the journey. Just enjoy the road trip. Enjoy all of it. Enjoy the stops. Enjoy when you get out. Be safe. Because there were some spots I got out and I was like, I had to send hubby in first. And he was like, yeah, you ain't getting out here because of who I am. And, those are some of the thrills of having a white man as your husband. Like, he can go in surveillance. Is this where I want my wife to get out at? But be safe, especially if you are a person of color or in the LGBTQ or you're a woman. Be safe, but enjoy the journey. Get out, stretch your legs. Like, sometimes we're rushed, and sometimes our trips are rushed. Sometimes an emergency happens, or we need to get somewhere really quick, or we only have a few days, and etc. But don't forget to enjoy all of it. All of it is part of the trip. All of it is part of getting where you're going. We rush so much as a society in general, just Monday through Sunday, rushing. We're just rushing. Find the time in your road trip to just be. And lastly, we don't do this. I think it's the adult in us that you got there safely. Celebrate. You made it with no flat tires. You made it, there was no accidents. You made it from point A to point B. You're tired. I get it, but you made it. Some people were tired on a trip and didn't make it. Like, take the time to celebrate the journey you just made. Like, take the time to celebrate that part you got it done with, and now you're here. Wherever the here is for you. Celebrate, do a little dance, do a little high five. That's what me and Asher started doing, is high fiving each other when we got through something and we were like, I didn't think we were gonna make it. Like, and we will high five each other. I don't care how chooky, I don't care how cringe, I don't care how immature that is. Sometimes we as adults need to celebrate the little things. Have a song y'all play once you reach somewhere, especially when you got kids. I don't know about y'all, my kids hype. So when we get somewhere and they're not tired, because then that's a whole nother grumpy part, but when you get there, do a little dance, put a little song on. I have a morning theme song. We have a morning playlist, excuse me. And so they know it's morning time. It's like we gonna jive and like chill, and we getting ready for the day. Have one for the road trip, especially if this is something you guys do consistently. Find rhythms and patterns and create your own traditions. Have fun with it. Don't be so adulty, and every second learn to be like, take off the mom hat for a second when everybody's safe and sound and in that van, in that car, in that truck, and pull out the 13-year-old that wants to play Britney Spears. Like, find moments to take off a couple of hats. And celebrating once you get there is part of that. Be a little silly, do a little dance, give a little high five, fist bump, whatever it is, find it for you. So those are some of the things that I have found make road tripping so much fun. There's some things that like make me feel good, that fulfill me feeling good and feeling like I'm connecting with the people, and that road trip wasn't just a waste of time, and that road trip wasn't just boring, but that road trip had intention and it brought value to my life. And I think the older I get, the more I realize I want shit to have value in my life. I don't want just to be letting stuff pass by and then complaining and then not really finding a way to enjoy it. With that, I'm gonna go. Bye. You guys be safe out there.